Alright guys, what's going on? Got our 8th war of the season here, and we're going to be facing an alliance called Stella Deus. They're a really good alliance. I'm not sure. They switch back and forth between two alliances. I don't know what their other one is called. But they are a very strong team, and their prestige is also a little bit over 1,000 points higher than ours, so lots of rank 3, 6 stars. And yeah, this is going to be a little bit of a longer one, so I tried to fast forward through as much as I could. I'm just choosing my team here. I've got Captain America, Infinity War, Guillotine 2099, and Vision for one fight and for the synergy he has with Captain America. So I needed a tech on my team because I'm going to be taking this rank 3 6-star Dr. Doom on node 3. This node haunted me against KenOB, and I died to it twice. And I'm gonna go ahead and use Captain America with a tech because when Dr. Doom is petrified, he can't gain his aura of Hazareth, and so his specials won't be unblockable. So I messed up there in the beginning. I was way too slow on that heavy attack, and I'm just going to block his beam since it's not unblockable. I'm going to go ahead and do that to build up kinetic charges. So here I'm kind of trying to bait out a special, but I just decided to push him to the special too. And yeah, so the special 3 did quite a bit of damage. I'm going to go ahead and get the special 2 here. And you can see that with the with all the petrifies I have, he's not gaining any power through spite. So I'm just going to parry in heavy, try to do as much damage as I can. And you'll see here in a second, I'm actually going to make a mistake, and I'm going to use... I'm going to wind up and I'm going to think that I'll get to a special 3, but I don't quite make it there. And I end up using a special 2 instead. And because of the science power back boost, that gave me a second special 2. And then here I'm just going to go ahead and block his special 2. I didn't crit on any of my special 2s, so that was kind of unlucky. Gonna go ahead and use the special 2. Didn't crit again, but I did finish the fight. So I'm going to be moving along now to node 20. This is going to be a rank 5 5-star Dormammu. And this has the toggle unstoppable again, and it also has brute force. So I took off dexterity for this fight, and that will bite me once, but for the most part, I think it helped a lot. So Dormammu is a control defender, so he's going to gain power when I crit. So to bait out specials here, you can see I'm critting on like almost every hit. And I'm starting to get a little bit backed up into the corner. Just tap him with a light attack there. And he did use his special 2, luckily. I had no problem with that. And since I didn't have dex on, I wasn't able to, I was not able to evade the second part of his heavy attack. So I'm going to go ahead and use my special 3. Does a ton of damage. And now he's at a special 2 again. I'm just going to kind of try to bait this out. And you can see that the petrifies with Captain America actually do a ton to help with the flow global. So he's a really good option for this global. So I'm going to be moving along now. I'm going to be on path 5 in section 2, and my first fight here is a 6-star rank 2 Yellowjacket, and this has a special 1 bias on it. And Yellowjacket is a flow defender, so I'm going to use Guillotine 2099 for this fight. And I'm going to try to get a charge with her. So I'm just going to build up to my special 3. This is going to be kind of a long and annoying fight. But I do get some good intercepts. Like there I got a good one. And then for the most part, I'm just going to be avoiding him at all costs when he's unblockable. So yeah, there's not a whole lot to say. I did notice, because in the past, I've pretty much only used Ghost for this lane, So I guess I've never really paid attention before, but the AI is so much more aggressive when they're unblockable, and especially like right at the tail end of the unblockable when you're not quite sure if they still would be. They like to dash in. So I did notice that this time around it was kind of funny. You just have to make sure that you're anticipating it if you're not using someone like Ghost or Quake for these fights. So I'm at my special 3 already, and I'm just hitting him, doing 3 or 4 hit combos to try to manage his power. And with Guillotine 2099, the first fight is always super long, and then the next few fights are super fast. So right here he dashed in, he was still unblockable, but I caught it. Gonna push him to a special 1 one more time, 4 hit combo, counter the special 1, and I'm gonna finish with my special 3. So super easy fight, just kind of annoying and long. But now my Guillotine 2099 is built up for a mini boss that I'll be taking. So I'm going to move along now. This is going to be a rank 5 5-star Agent Venom, and I'm checking his tags. He is not affected by the global, but I brought OG Vision for this fight specifically. My goal is to basically never allow him to get to a bar of power. So I'm going to parry him, and a lot of times with Agent Venom, if you parry him and he shrugs it off, he will immediately counter you with a heavy attack if you're standing there blocking. So I did that a couple times here. That parry stuck, which kind of surprised me. So just throwing my special 1. This is the only fight that I need vision for, so I'm not concerned about recoil damage or anything like that. Gonna bait out a heavy attack here. Save to a special 2 and drop that. So now he's unblockable again, just block hitting him a little bit to keep him on his side of the map. The worst thing you can do is get cornered on this node, unless you're using Quake, of course. So here, just trying to keep away from him. He's going to throw another heavy attack. If you shallow evade and hold block sometimes, you can bait out a heavy attack that way. So, yeah, I'm just going to hit him. He's unblockable, so of course he's being a little bit more aggressive now. Bait out another heavy attack. Drop a special 2, and now he's unblockable again. Gonna parry him, he's gonna back away, parry him again, and then get the intercept. I thought that was a really nice intercept on the last one there. And also just a heads up, I am using different headphones now, so if I sound different at all, that's why. But yeah, so that fight went down super easy. Now it's gonna be the next day. And I've got this rank 5 TaskMaster on Unblockable Special 1 and Physical Resistance. So I'm going to use my, he is affected by the Flow Global. So I'm going to use Guillotine 2099 for this fight. And I thought this was going to be the last fight that I used her for, but just in case I wanted to get another soul on her. So I'm going to save for my special 3. I'm not going to use any other specials. So you could see there, I'm not sure if you caught it, but it does happen again in this fight, and I went ahead and slowed it down to demonstrate it because it'll come into play later. With Captain America and OG Vision, there's a synergy that basically makes it so that if you're using a tech champion, anytime that the opponent throws a special attack, after the animation is over, it completely power drains them. So it will come into play here in just a few minutes. I pushed him to a special 2. And this Taskmaster's AI was being really stupid. He was being like really passive sometimes and kind of like, I don't know what the word would be, like jumpy maybe. Kind of like, you know, blocking and just being sporadic. So right there you can see that he had a bar of power and it went away. That is because of the synergy. So I think it's a really underrated synergy. It's super nice to have, and I'm gonna bait out another special 1. I love baiting out Taskmaster special 1. If you get used to it, it's really easy to evade and it's really easy to punish. So just gonna go ahead and throw another one while I was blocking, so that was kind of funny, but I was ready for it and got him down low enough to finish with the special 3. And yeah, that'll do it. So the war was decided at this point. These guys just weren't dying very much. So for practice, I asked if I could try the Mojo Boss. And here you can see that I'm debating whether or not I want to use a pre-fight, and I decided not to because I wanted extra healing at the end, if it came down to that. So I'm going to go ahead, and at first, like, my goal was, I have a 10% champion boost on, and my goal here was to get him down 50%. Got a pretty good intercept there. But I wasn't going for like the solo or anything like that. I mean, it would have been nice to get, but it wasn't the goal going in. And you can see here I'm not really paying attention to his prompts in the beginning. And here you can see again that Captain America and Vision synergy in action. So it's going to drain him down to no power. Okay, gonna go ahead and block Beta Heavy attack, use my special 1 again. And you can see that I am degenerating periodically. So he's gonna throw his special attack. I'm degenerating again. This one is hold block, that's the prompt, so I'm gonna try not to do that. Got a good intercept, pushed him to a special 1, bait that out, and again he loses his power. Got another good intercept here, gonna bait out another special 1. The new prompt is hold block, so I'm going to try to avoid that. Or maybe it was block a hit. So bait out another special 1 here. And you can see that I'm actually doing pretty good. I'm getting him pretty low, and right there I parry, so that gave him his anti-life field. And the next buff that I get is going to be nullified, and right there recoil pushes me down, I get regeneration. Turns into degeneration, and I missed the solo. So that was both disappointing and exciting at the same time. I thought that I could probably get it. And then here I'm just going to fast forward through this fight. An alliance mate or 2 went in to try that next. Didn't work out for them. I think that they did a little bit of damage and healed them up a little bit, so I went in with Cap and just finished the fight. So, yeah, interesting war. We did end up losing, but either way, it was fun, and great job to both sides. These guys did really well, and yeah, we'll see you in the next war video.